What do you need to install utility spring metal snaps from KAMsnaps?
The product description has a required tools tab that you can click on for quick links to the dies, presses, and possible adapters needed.
You will need our KX dies for utility spring snaps in the corresponding size. You'll also need something to create a hole in your material for the placement of the snaps. Either our hole punching dies, our awl piercing dies, or a regular hand awl. A multi-function professional KAMsnaps press is also needed. Either the KX8J professional handheld, KX-T2 professional stand-up, or our DK98 table press with a DK98 to KX adapter base. If you have the older DK98 table press, you'll need this two-piece DK98 to KX adapter set. The basic K1 or K2 pliers can only install plastic snaps, so they aren't able to be used for this function. These are the die pieces that correspond to each snap piece. The cap die, the female or socket, the male or stud, and the post. The cap and socket attached together and the post and stud attached together. First, I'll place the adapter base in the press. This is the cap die, and this is the socket die. The cap is placed perfectly within the groove of the bottom die, with no part sticking out of that groove. I've pierced holes in my material, and the stem of the cap will go through the hole. Here's a socket or female piece. If it clicks into the top die piece, then go ahead and click it in. But if it doesn't, you can just place it over the stem of the cap. Partially press down on the handle just until the die touches the snap piece. Remove your hand so that it's no longer holding on to the material. The material should be held in place with the dies. It's important to make sure that the cap is still sitting perfectly within the groove of the bottom die. If that cap shifts so that's no longer perfectly aligned, it may result in the prong of the cap breaking. Give the handle a full press, firm and swift. Now I'll switch out the pieces for the male and the post. This side is more straightforward. Place the post in the die. The pre-cut hole goes over the stem. The male attaches to the top die. Again, remove your hand and then press down. If using the Pro handheld or Pro stand-up, place the cap through the hole in your material. Place the socket over the stem and then center between the dies, making sure that the cap sits perfectly within the groove of that bottom die. Then press down. I've got the post and stud dies loaded in this press. So the post goes through the hole in the material. The stud goes over the stem with the flat side of the stud down. Place it over the die and press down.